What happens when you're lonely? You know, when you have this true feeling of aloneness, despite being all connected as we are these days, where there's social media everywhere, where you can follow all your friends or all your family or all the strangers and celebrities of the world, where you can keep connected to everything, but you're not feeling connected, where you feel truly apart from the world or apart from others, or you're in a place where you just feel so separate, or you feel depressed and truly alone. You feel a sense of loneliness in your life. It's a big topic today because I think a lot of people feel more of it than they've probably ever felt before. Partially because so much of what they're seeing and connecting with online isn't real, or it's trumped up as the best, perfect rendition of someone's life, and you think like, well, my life isn't that good. Or you see all these shows on television where there's these friends and they have all these other friends and there's always adventure and amazingness, and you think, wow, the whole world must be full of extroverts who have 50 different friends and are dating 12 different people every single month. That's just not real. And so we have these unreal expectations about our social world as well. And
every time you post a photo, you are contributing to the creation of a persona, kind of like in a video game. You post a photo in front of the Eiffel Tower and your sophistication stat goes up. You delete a photo where you look bad and your beauty stat goes up. Or you share a funny meme and your humor stat goes up. You choose these photos specifically because you want those stats to go up. You want that persona to be seen in a certain way. Everything that you leave out is also on purpose, whether it's because it's embarrassing, boring, or not who you want that persona to be. And all this is fine. Nothing is wrong with creating a persona. The problem arises when you get attached to that persona. When you look at your Instagram photos or your Facebook profile and you say, that is me. At that point, the persona, the mask that you have decided to show people, becomes your identity. You protect it. Every selfie needs to be pretty enough, and every caption needs to be funny enough. With every single post, you are saying, this is who I am. Judge me. And that is when you doom yourself, because that constructed identity isn't who you are. Sure, you're in that photo, but that's not how you look all the time. And sure, you did write that caption, but you're probably not that clever all the time. Those moments are fragments of your life, carefully selected to make you appear a certain way. They aren't the whole you. And so even though you crave the validation from the likes and the comments, they don't really make you happy. In fact, the more that you care about those likes, the more that I can guarantee you will be unhappy. Why? Well, first off, it takes a lot of energy to create and manage an identity. Think of all the photos that you've ever taken and deleted, the time you've spent filtering, editing, plus the work you put into getting dressed up, knowing that you'll be seen later on Instagram. Think of the time spent crafting witty tweets and captions. You are trying to control how strangers perceive your reality when you do that.
You know, I think that might be one of the biggest problems and challenges of our generation and with young people in general. Being the most connected generation in the history of mankind has its upsides, but it also comes with real invisible problems. And we've grown up aspiring to be our idols. And that's dangerous. I mean, aspiring to achieve great things is fine, but aspiring to be our idols is dangerous. It's dangerous to want to be someone you're not. It's also not possible, but it's dangerous. And social media has glamorized the lives of a few, and we get to see their nice cars and their holidays and their wonderful lifestyle, and we want that. But we don't see the years and years of hustle, the pain, the sacrifice, the natural talent they had, the innate passion for their craft, the incredible details Steve Jobs saw the world in, or the unbelievable hardship that Richard Branson went through to get there. We don't see that. We just see the destination, and we want that. But most of us don't have and aren't willing to give what it takes to fulfill that journey, because it's not our journey, it's theirs. You're not passionate about typography or art or design, but you want to be Steve Jobs. You're not Steve Jobs, you're you. We are the generation that has confused admiration with aspiration, and we'll never find our own happiness until we accept that we can't have anyone else's life but our own. And if we realize this and focus on our own, then our life will be more than enough. You know, young men want to be Mark Zuckerberg because they admire him. But the crazy irony is we admire him because his life was unlike others. He didn't try to be like others. So if you want to be Mark Zuckerberg, it's time to stop trying to be Mark Zuckerberg, because you'll never achieve your personal greatness. Our idols did not follow in the footsteps of their heroes. There was no Bill Gates for Bill Gates to emulate. He had to carve out his own path to find his own greatness. Each of our idols have uniqueness as their power. They have the conviction to disagree, the confidence to persevere, and the braveness to go against the status quo instead of embracing it. So my advice to my generation is, don't aspire to be your hero. Stop trying to mimic what you see them doing. Strive to be yourself. Visionaries are not to be imitated, they are to be admired. Trying to be someone else is a surefire way of becoming nobody at all. The only great person you can become is the greatest version of yourself, because all the other great people are already taken. And the funny thing is, once you become the greatest version of yourself, people will see your life and they'll make the mistake of trying to be you too.